Today we're flying the new Air France business class from PPT Tahiti to LAX Los Angeles. We'll look at the food, hard product, and why you might want a seat in the first row. If you like travel, hit the like button, and if you want to join us on our adventures, consider subscribing. The journey started in Tahiti, which has an interesting airport. Most of it, including the check-in desk, is outside. They still have separate lines for SkyTeam Elite Plus, and we were luckily just under the weight requirement. Once you get inside, you can do some last-minute gift shopping, or alternatively, find a spot to relax. Note that most of the airport is outdoors other than the lounge. The lounge is by Air Tahiti Nui, but they generally give access to business class customers or most other airlines. We're actually going a bit out of the way to LAX to try the new product, so we have a flight from LAX to SFO afterwards. Okay, let's take a look at the food. Starting off, we have pastries and also cereal. Also a ton of drink options like Coke, juices, and beer. Also some hard liquor if you want to make a cocktail or start off your day very aggressively. Of course, there's also wines, rosé, and champagne. Teas are by Twinings, and you have a ton of options here. Also toaster for breads, a few choices for coffee machines, some fruits like grapes and kiwis, or bigger ones like apples and oranges. Of course, we have some French snacks, mushroom tartlets, cute little bottles of dressings, and crackers. As is customary, let's make an espresso shot and enjoy the time we have left before boarding. Since this is a small airport, you actually have to walk to the plane and then walk up some mobile staircases. We were lucky enough to find bulkhead seats still open at the time of booking for no additional cost, so why not? This is 1A and the seat is amazing. So all the seats in the front row are gigantic, and let's take a look at some of the features. So right off the bat, you have a crazy amount of legroom, and also a lot of width to it too. If you compare this to Mandy's, so Mandy's more standard and a bit more cramped. Over on the right hand side, you have a storage compartment. This is to hang up your suit or jacket, and right now I'm using it to store stuff. Also a gigantic mirror. The crazy thing too is that the camera actually fits in here. TV is okay sized. For the other seats, it's pretty normal. For this one though, it does feel a bit small given how much more room you have. So for context, it is 1, 2, 3 up, and then it's a 3x3 grid. So 9 iPhone Maxes. Does it get a pillow? Pretty reasonably comfortable. It's not memory foam or anything, but it's nice and fluffy. Before trying to blanket, let's switch into slippers. Air France business class, slippers are pretty thin, but that's fine. It's pretty much so you don't get the seat and the rest of the bedding dirty. Upon boarding, you have the option of champagne, pineapple juice, or water. I ended up going with pineapple juice since my face is pretty burnt and I feel like champagne's not going to help. Let's give it a taste. Pretty normal, feels like Dole, but still pretty good. This is the blanket. One interesting touch is they tell you when it was made and the lot it was in. So this was made in 2022 in August. Now that we're up in the air, let's take a look at the cabin. First up is the doors, which almost feel automatic. I think it's spring-loaded, but it's nice. You can pretty much fully close it, pushing it forwards. I can't stress how big this seat is. This is me sitting proper with the menu, trying to hit the camera. I'm still like a phone away. With the pillow, I can barely hit it. A surprising amount of room. A lot of the amenities are going to be controlled with the tablet. Right back here, you can press it out and pull it out. You can do a lot of micro adjustments to the seat. If you want to push the seat forward, you can press this button. Tons of legroom. We are having lunch though, or breakfast, so let's go back to our normal seat. Headrest back here also goes up and down and left and right. If you're super tall, maybe not the best, but works for everyone else. Over here, you have a little cubby. That's really cool. Wow. That's super nice. Mirror over here, Air France headphones, water, and that's pretty much it. Also the headphone jack. If you don't feel like using a tablet, you do have other controls down here. So call attendant, light, forward, backward, sleep, and also flight mode. Let's try the headphones. Actually not bad. So it does a really good job covering your ear, so that offers pretty good isolation. Right now with nothing on, nothing playing, it's pretty decent. Kind of feels like the worksite ones where you have something covering your ear. You are fully wired in though, so be careful not to break it. Let's put on a trailer. Oh, I don't even know why I'm using a screen. I should be using a tablet. Let's do the Bad Boys trailer. It's not bad. So I think my headphones are a bit better. but it's passable. Like, I would actually use these on the flight rather than going up and grabbing my own headphones. One thing I'm not a fan of though is the tablet and how iffy it is to get back into the side. I feel like this should be easier than it is. It's a very tight squeeze. So initially this wasn't popping out. I was staying like this and I was trying to slide it while it was like that. Interesting. Some of the buttons are a bit iffier, but otherwise fine. One of my favorite parts about points is that you can use them pretty strategically to book seats and flights like this. I'll talk more about the nitty-gritty towards the end, but if you are someone that wants to learn about cards and support the channel, we do have links on the website, asksebby.com, and also down below in the description box. As always, make sure the links are competitive, that they make sense for you, but otherwise, it is a huge way to support the channel, so thank you in advance. Okay, so they're starting service. Let's set up the table. Slide it open. Not the biggest table by any means, but it works. Let's open up the amenities kit. There is a seal, that way you know it's new. First up, we have socks. A lot of people like switching to these for their flight. Next up is eye mask. It's a pretty nice one. So this side actually has a nice material to it, rather than being kind of plasticky. Yeah, pretty surprised. I think this is the nicest sleep mask I've seen on a flight. Weirdly impressed with this. It does an okay job. For me, there's still a bit of light leakage from my nose side, but otherwise it's fine. Earplugs as well, so there are a lot of other people having conversations. That's pretty normal for business class. And yeah, if you want to sleep, if you want to kind of drown it out, then this is the best solution. By my count, there's 2 other sets of couples talking right now as well. We have toothpaste over here, and I don't think I've ever seen this brand before, but yeah, let me know if it's good. Some beauty balm over here, so tightening and radiance boosting. From Clarion's, which is a really good brand and expensive brand. Lastly, Clarion Hydra Essential Moisturizing and Quenching Matte Gel. Oh, also a pen. Okay, appetizers here, and there's a lot going on. First off, got some white wine. There's a salad, baguette, bread, savory springtime shortbread biscuit, and a tuna terrain with asparagus mousse. Okay, let's try the asparagus mousse. Almost looks like avocado. A lot of other veggies in here, including sprouts. I think that's apple, peas, and yeah, lots going on. I don't think I've ever had that before. Pretty unique. Kind of nice, creamy, and a good way to cool down on a hot day. Also a bunch of nice crunch to it. Pretty solid. Let's try the tuna. It's tomato, tuna, I think cheese, and another tomato at the bottom. Kind of like a tuna sandwich. Cheers. Pretty tasty, good and solid. I think the mousse is more interesting though, so I think that one's a bit better. I feel like I give the mousse a weak 9, strong 8. Both are pretty good though, but yeah, mousse is definitely more unique to me. I realized I didn't try the sauce, so let's try a bit of that. With the sauce, it is a lot more interesting and a lot more complexity, so maybe I was missing out on that first bite. Kind of like a mustardy sauce. Let's try the bread. That trick worked one time and never again since. Really good bread. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but yeah, very tasty. Next up, we have the tart. That one's okay, not really a fan. Some white wine. Pretty good. Wow. Really crisp and tasty, some wood notes as well. Baguette. The green one's definitely better to me, but baguette's not bad. Yeah, this one's really good. I like this one. Last but not least, we have the salad. Salad is salad. The main's here and it smells amazing. So this is the fish. There's some rice and veggies as well. A little bit of turbulence. Pretty good salmon, like solid 8 out of 10. Skin's not crispy, skin's a little soggy, but flavor's really good and it's not overcooked, which is awesome. Really flavorful and fresh salmon. I'm a fan. If they charred the skin and was crispy, then I'd probably be a 9. Let's try the rice. Rice is fine. Fish is definitely the highlight. Tomato. That's a weirdly good tomato. Wow. Tasty. Asparagus. Some really good ones, some misses, but the ones that matter, the fish, is a hit, so that's perfect. Also, I forgot the sauce. I didn't even use the sauce, and the fish tasted great. Let's try the sauce. So this is a vanilla white sauce. Probably should not be doing this with the turbulence. Ooh. Let's give it a second test. Weirdly enough, I like it about the sauce better than with the sauce, so maybe I shouldn't have used that much sauce. Damn, not bad. By itself, for me at least, is fine. Sauce is not my jam, but it's unique. I haven't had vanilla cream sauce before, so definitely a bit different. Also, it could just be me that I don't like that sauce flavor, or I'm not used to it yet, haven't developed that palate yet. Some white wine goes perfect with the fish. They already served us cheese, so I'm gonna try to speed run through this main. Next up, we have some cheese. Mandy passed me some beef to test. I don't like it. Kind of like a 5 or 6. That is weirdly not good. I think I overcommitted on the bread. I don't like wasting food, so I'm gonna finish it, but probably one too many pieces. Sure. Now I have double cheese. So this is the fruit. We have some kiwi, orange, watermelon, and also pineapple. Let's give it a taste. Start with watermelon, and as you can tell, a lot of turbulence, so a bit tougher to film stuff handheld, so everything's being placed on either a table or on the screen. Pretty mid watermelon. Let's try kiwi. Kiwi's a bit better, but still okay. Orange. Last but not least, pineapple. The pineapple's really sweet, so that's probably the best of this bunch. This one's the pastry. Looks like a bunch of fruit on top, some cream, and also a biscuit beneath. Cheers. Really good. I like that it's not too sweet, and yeah, very tasty. Biscuit's really good as well. Let's do the cognac. Pretty good. Time for a nap, and it's definitely a lot more comfortable up here. I kind of like sleeping like this for whatever reason, so this is really nice. Also, if you want, you can do this. Tons of room. One thing that's still crazy to me is how much legroom there is. So this is me stretched out, so fully kind of like relaxed, leaned forward, but still in the main seat mode. Take a look and you be the judge. This is how much more legroom there is to go. There's a lot of room. It's actually kind of crazy. Even if you go the other way, it's pretty nice. Also, in case you're curious, there are some accenting lights down here as well. Super comfortable. I'd happily recommend it if you can snag anything in the first row. This is definitely not a two-seater.
One of us has a very big booty.
If you're hungry mid-flight, there are a lot of snacks. I ended up taking one of each item just to kind of show it off. First up is Sabao Natural. This is a biscuit. I'm not sure what type of biscuit, but it looks like a sweet one. Really good, but also very buttery. Next up, we have Cocktail Bio Zen. Looks like almonds, raisins, and cashews. Pretty normal. I do like that it's not salted, so a lot of other almonds tend to be over-seasoned. Not the case here. 63% dark chocolate. That's really good. Let me get another one after. Bal Rahona. Next one is this one. Kind of looks like mini rolled up crepes. I don't know why. I don't really like that one. There's some cream inside or something. Not a fan. I'm gonna finish it, but I would definitely not go out of my way to buy it myself. Moving on, we have biscuit Sabao, pure BA tomato. So I think that's a tomato biscuit. Not my first choice, but not bad. Maybe it would have been better if I started with that one instead of finishing with it. I think having chocolate and then having basil and tomato is just a weird mix. Last but not least, we have extra dark chocolate. I think I'm gonna get a latte or espresso and enjoy these snacks while watching Inside Out 2. I've already seen it, but it's a good movie. Reminder, there is a self-serve bar and you can get your own drinks, whether Coke or alcohol. Also a bunch of snacks and tons of options here, about 6, ranging from sweet to savory. Maybe it's the seat I'm coming from, but definitely a lot more claustrophobic back here compared to in the first row and the bigger seats. Doors are also pretty finicky back here too. Let's do seat mode because I feel a bit disoriented. Okay, for me at least, I think seat mode is a lot more comfortable back here than bed mode. I feel like my arms and shoulders have room to spread, and same with my legs. Let's check out the features. TV is kind of over here, so you do have to press this button in order to pop it out. That is a pretty nice swivel. This is the map, and we are 4 hours and 44 minutes from LAX. Ironically, I kind of like this screen a little bit better. So I think it's exactly the same screen, it's just that it's closer and you can press it, you don't have to use the remote, and it feels a lot bigger given kind of the backdrop. This compared to that. Let's check out the movies. So she was looking at the map and said it was cute that there were animals. I think she's on children's mode. That explains a lot. She was very excited about the animals on the screen. Can we do adult mode? Did she lock herself out of adult mode? Oh, there's Bluetooth. I've been looking forward to planes to add Bluetooth, and it means I can wear my own headphones, walk around, and don't have to be wired in. Exit kids mode. So this is the adults map. No animals, normal map. But I guess the animals were pretty cute. Let's look at where we are. So pretty much in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Overall, I think the new Air France business class is solid. If in the regular seats, it's pretty standard, but it's new equipment and service is awesome. The food to me could use a bit of work, but it's fine. TV station doors and all the other amenities make a lot of sense to me, and they're pretty usable. For example, all the screens have Bluetooth, which is awesome if you do bring your own headphones and you want to plug in without being wired in. The window blinds are also super cool given how they work. So the fact that it's not a manual one, it's a button one, and you can micro adjust it. The seat itself is also pretty straightforward. I didn't really play with this earlier, but you do have an armrest that comes up, so you can kind of sit like this, then think, or probably just have a place to put your shoulders. I mean your elbows. I'm pretty tired. There's also a few settings here, so you can kind of lower it down a bit, even more, and all the way down. You can pretty much micro adjust it however you want. There might be like 5 or 6 notches or like levels, but yeah, otherwise a lot of micro adjustments. The tablet's also super convenient to access things, and yeah, pretty awesome. So everything I said was for the standard business class. If you are in one of these seats, one of the extra long ones, then I think it's even better. It's pretty amazing. If anything, it feels like a mini first class. Obviously food's not there, but in terms of space, it's gigantic. Is an actual first class better? Yes, you have even more room, but for what it is, it's pretty awesome. And the fact that it's the same price as other seats, whether using points or cash, means that you can get a ton of value if you can find it. Each of these flights have 8 of these seats, 4 in the first row, so 1, 2, 1, and then 4 on the 12th row. Initially, we wanted the ones back there, but it wasn't available, so we opted for these ones. I think we also had the choice of middle, but we really like doing backwards and forwards. That way we can still talk to each other, but have our own space. And also because both of us enjoy daydreaming, looking outside. Standard business is good. If you get one of the bigger seats, amazing. Again, if you want to learn about cards, to get points, to do trips like this, and you want to support the channel, we do have links on the website, asksebby.com, and also down below in the description box. If you made it to this point, leave a coffee emoji in the comments down below, and I'll try to heart it and also respond. My question for you is, what are your thoughts on this flight, and would you take it? And if so, where would you fly to? Let me know and everyone else know in the comments down below. Big favorite, thumbs up, consider subscribing, but otherwise hope you liked it. See you next time. After landing in LAX, we had a bit of time before our flight to SFO, so figured we'd check out the new Air France Lounge. This lounge opened in June 2024 in the Tom Bradley International Terminal. You can access this if you're flying business or first with a SkyTeam airline, or you have SkyTeam Elite Plus status, so for example Delta Gold status and above. The lounge is 12,000 square feet or 1,100 square meters and seats about 170 guests. Style-wise, it's French-inspired using Air France's signature colors of navy blue, white, and red. The lounge has 2 main areas. On the right-hand side, you have space to work and relax. This feels more like a fancy coffee shop. There's also showers, a relaxation room, and Clarence Spa, where you can get complimentary facials. There are some food and drinks over here, but definitely a smaller selection. Still works though if you're in a rush, or if you're focused on getting work done. On the left-hand side, you have the restaurant area. There's a ton of food options, and the focus is on seasonal produce and local ingredients, many of which are still French-inspired or related. Having been to a ton of airport lounges in my time, probably more than 100 at this point, this is in the top 5 for food. It might not look it, but it's super tasty and well worth a stop. Maybe controversial, but I'd argue this is the best lounge in LAX. It feels like real restaurant level food rather than just a cheap buffet. There also are a ton of drink options here as well, our favorites being ginger soda and, of course, coffee. In addition to the buffet areas, there's also live cook stations where they've had items like pan-seared prawns and duck confit in the past. Also, unsurprisingly, a ton of wines and champagnes as well. If you are flying La Première, Air France's first class, they have dishes like foie gras and top-shelf champagne.